I wanted to take a few minutes today to speak from my heart to the Daystar family and friends. Recently, Daystar made the decision to terminate my son Jonathan Lamb's employment.
Recently, former Daystar television network employee Lisa Anderson exposed Joni Lamb's dark secret on live TV. Revealing her first-hand experiences from 2007 to 2011, Anderson unveils the dark side of Daystar's rise to fame and fortune, including explosive allegations of financial misconduct, deceit, and a web of secrets. Can Daystar weather the storm of controversy? Let's find out. Lisa Anderson, who worked as an assistant to Daystar founders Marcus and Joni Lamb from 2007 to 2011, recently discussed her experiences collaborating closely with the Lamb family. She mentioned that during her time at Daystar, she had a direct view of what was happening at the network and within the Lamb family. When allegations came to light a few months ago from Jonathan and Susie Lamb regarding the alleged cover-up of their daughter's sexual assault, as well as financial misconduct and other issues, Lisa reportedly contacted them to discuss these accusations. That conversation eventually led to the creation of this podcast. She expressed appreciation for the chance to share her story publicly. When questioned about her thoughts on the recent accusations, Lisa stated that she trusted Jonathan's allegations more than those made by his mother, Joni. In her explanation, she mentioned that she had collaborated closely with Joni, sometimes even working together day and night. Throughout the years of knowing Jonathan, Lisa had never witnessed him behaving in a manner contrary to his beliefs or being dishonest. It was reported that Lisa believed Joni, as a mother, should have shown more empathy in handling the situation. She also believed that a mother who truly understood her son would not automatically assume he was making up stories for his own benefit. Lisa portrayed Jonathan as a modest and considerate individual. She mentioned that she had been acquainted with him since he was a child, and noted that he had consistently been reserved, courteous, and introspective. Lisa believed that these characteristics were apparent even without engaging in lengthy discussions with him. She concluded by saying that she had a hard time believing the accusations against Jonathan and raised concerns about how Joni managed the situation instead of doubting his character. Lisa mentioned that she was interested in the ministry because it was conveniently located near her home and aligned with her goal of working with a faith-based group. She felt that the position suited her well. In her interview, she had the opportunity to meet with Joni Lamb, who paused filming a show to speak with her, as well as Sam, who was Joni's executive assistant at the time. Lisa observed that Sam primarily supported Joni, but also assisted Marcus Lamb when required. At that time, there was only one executive assistant managing tasks for both Joni and Marcus. Lisa recalled that the interview was short, yet there was an immediate connection. They reached out to her shortly afterward to inform her that she was hired as an executive assistant. Sam, also known as Samantha but commonly referred to as Sam, was in charge of training her as she prepared to retire and transition to another position. Lisa shared that she enjoyed collaborating with Sam, despite others describing Sam as challenging to work with. She mentioned that Sam had a specific approach to task management that left little room for flexibility, which caused difficulties for some individuals. Nonetheless, Lisa did not perceive this as an issue. She regarded Sam as a devoted professional who prioritized the well-being of the person they were working for and ensured efficient operations. But was the experience as easy as she expected? The revelations are shocking. Lisa noted that many individuals were mesmerized by Joni Lamb when they met her in person. She indicated that some people had only ever heard of Joni and were excited to see her strolling down the hallway, engaging with others, or even shaking hands. Lisa also expressed that it was gratifying to observe these interactions and listen to Joni communicate with others in the same friendly manner she displayed toward everyone. Upon starting at Daystar, Lisa soon noticed the prevalence of a culture that idolized celebrities both within and around the organization. Her preconceived notions were influenced by her admiration for Joni and Marcus from their television broadcasts. Lisa viewed her role as an opportunity to collaborate with individuals she perceived as influential figures in the religious realm. She mentioned that her background in the airline industry had allowed her to meet important people, and she had developed strong bonds with various famous individuals, such as Ali Woodson from The Temptations, whom she held dear. Reflecting on her interactions, Lisa stressed that being genuine was more important than being famous, pointing out that fame may alter relationships, but it doesn't change one's true nature. It simply exposes it. At Daystar, she did not prioritize the excitement of collaborating with famous individuals. Instead, she emphasized the importance of understanding her duties, meeting others' expectations, and actively seeking to simplify their daily routines. Upon her initial arrival at Daystar, Lisa was immediately impressed by the tight-knit and familial ambiance. She likened the setting to that of a small village and was quickly captivated by the welcoming, community-focused energy. However, this was before Daystar expanded into the large network it is today. During that time, the staff frequently had to rely on employees to fill seats in the studio audience, as there was not a steady audience, and many individuals outside of Daystar were unaware of the network's presence. Lisa recalled that announcements were broadcast over the speakers, requesting employees to gather in the studio and take a seat. She observed that the focus was not on attracting passers-by, as many were unaware of the network or its regulations, such as the dress code or possible fees. As Daystar became more successful, Lisa noticed a change in the dynamics. The close bond from the early days began to diminish, and the relationship between Joni, Marcus, and the employees became more distant. Lisa acknowledged that the atmosphere had shifted with the network's popularity and wealth. She felt reluctant to voice her thoughts or raise questions, opting instead to quietly focus on her work and then leave, recognizing that things were no longer the same. Despite these obstacles, Lisa cherished the early days as a special and modest start before the growth of the network impacted the sense of unity and camaraderie. Lisa observed how Joni's character traits gradually began to reveal themselves. She realized that Joni had a knack for asserting herself in situations where it would have been easier just to adapt. She was also aware that engaging in political discussions with her boss was not a topic she felt comfortable with. When questioned about her opinion on Obama as president, she gave a vague response, stating that she was pleased to see a black president and was interested to see his impact on the country. Lisa felt that Joni may have been anticipating a different response based on her race. However, Lisa believed that in the past, Joni would never have asked her such a question. Over time, Lisa observed a change in Joni's demeanor. Joni began to exude more self-assurance when speaking, especially in social situations, and Lisa could detect this shift. Despite recognizing the change, Lisa felt powerless to do anything but accept it and keep progressing. When Lisa was preparing for her wedding, Joni began to create distance between them and hired a new executive assistant to take over Lisa's duties. Joni made sure to exclude Lisa from important meetings and appointments by sharing information only with the new assistant. It seemed that Joni was intentionally trying to push Lisa out of her role. In fact, Joni even transferred Lisa's BlackBerry phone to the new assistant before she departed, as per Joni's instructions. Lisa felt that Joni tended to sugarcoat things, but she was aware of the truth of the situation. Lisa had given her all to Joni without any doubt, but when she discovered true love, Joni's reaction was to push her away. Instead of recognizing Lisa's hard work, Joni's behavior displayed a lack of respect. Lisa decided to leave Daystar, finding Joni's behavior unacceptable, and asserted that she would not stand for being treated disrespectfully. Even though Joni attempted to throw a goodbye party to mask her actions, Lisa understood that there were two sides to Joni, one that the public saw, and another that operated behind the scenes. Lisa had experienced both sides and gained insight from the ordeal. Nonetheless, Joni was not the only individual who experienced this treatment. She recounted a situation involving two members of the worship team who had entered into a romantic relationship. One of them reconnected with Joni after a prolonged period of silence. Another person who used to sing in a ministry at Daystar started dating another Daystar singer, causing tension and leading to their eventual departure. Despite the rift that formed between them, they have since reconciled and resumed communication. Lisa recalled another individual who had faced a challenging situation in the past. This person operated a photography company that did not align with Joni's expectations. The business specialized in photographing full-figured women, or possibly in capturing nightgown and elegant photo shoots, but it was not approved. Ultimately, he was given an ultimatum: either shut down his business or resign, and he opted to resign voluntarily. She then proceeded to talk about various individuals, including female employees in the production department. One of them had previously been affiliated with the Denny Davis ministry, experienced true love, and had since left. Another woman had also found love, but it was not approved, so she relocated to Chicago. Lisa noted that many individuals had gone through similar situations, and unless someone was a close companion or had been involved with the ministry, divided loyalties were not tolerated. Joni expected unwavering dedication, and individuals with significant others were not welcome. Joni wanted to be able to depend on someone without them needing to consult their partner. Lisa reflected on her past and mentioned how she used to be available at all hours. She even had a BlackBerry, which was trendy at the time, and Joni could reach her at any moment. Lisa remembered one Thanksgiving when she was celebrating with her family, and Joni asked her to get a coconut cake from Madeline's in Arlington and deliver it to the house. Without thinking twice, Lisa left her family meal, picked up the cake, dropped it off, and then returned to her family gathering. She shared another story about Rachel, who had arranged a graduation vacation to the Caribbean. Despite Lisa securing the trip, Rachel's expired passport or driver's license prevented her from traveling. In a moment of panic, Joni reached out to Lisa for alternative destinations for Rachel. After some consideration, Lisa proposed the U.S. Virgin Islands, where Rachel could use her birth certificate for travel. Lisa dedicated numerous hours collaborating with the travel agent, the airline, and Rachel to iron out all the details. Juggling calls from multiple devices, including her house phone, BlackBerry, and personal phone, she worked tirelessly to resolve the predicament. Her various encounters showed that Joni desired her followers to be completely committed and focused without being sidetracked by personal connections. The issue at hand was unrelated to official Daystar business and was instead a personal matter. She made it clear that as a Daystar staff member, the issue did not reflect the organization as a whole. Anderson brought up a previous incident involving the use of the Daystar jet, which was later exposed by Inside Edition. The story revealed that Marcus and his family had utilized the jet for what was termed an executive retreat, when in reality, it was just a family vacation. This raised concerns about donor funds being misused for personal travel rather than furthering the teachings of the gospel. Lisa recalled that in her role as an assistant, she was assigned a range of duties that extended beyond her usual responsibilities. One of these tasks included preparing and sending stool samples for analysis in special bags for biohazard materials. She explained that her position as a personal assistant blurred the lines between her professional and personal life and was compensated with funds from donors. She also mentioned that the Lamb children were getting paid while in college, even though they were not putting in much effort. It was uncertain if Jonathan was also part of this, but Rachel and Rebecca were definitely receiving pay without doing any real work, unlike her and other employees who earned their pay by fulfilling their duties. The young ladies occasionally visited the workplace, usually after classes, requesting lunch, which would be paid for by Daystar. Lisa clarified that there was a staff member responsible for managing food requests for the team, and if the Lamb siblings desired a meal, she would make sure it was arranged. When asked about the salary matter, Daystar explained that Jonathan, Rachel, and Rebecca had all worked for the company during their college years, either during breaks or in the summer, and were compensated for the work they actually completed. Daystar refuted the claim that they were paid for no work, as Lisa had suggested. She also mentioned a conversation with Jonathan Lamb, who stated that he had worked on the Daystar website while in college and had been paid for it. However, he was uncertain about how his sister's work was financially handled during that time. Lisa Anderson recounted a situation where Rachel asked if they were wealthy. While Joni was getting ready for a performance with her makeup artist and hairdresser, Rachel asked the question while lounging on the couch, engrossed in her phone. This query caught Lisa's attention, prompting her to observe Joni's reaction. Joni responded by saying they were comfortable, a reply that Lisa deemed appropriate, particularly since Rachel enjoyed luxuries such as not having to pump her own gas, dining out whenever she wanted, and being taken care of by staff while residing in a grand estate. Lisa noted that Joni's answer appeared logical to outsiders, but she believed that Rachel's concept of comfort might be seen as deceptive considering their wealth. She emphasized the importance of managing the family's reputation, especially when the kids found themselves in difficult situations. She mentioned instances where a lawyer named John Lynch was brought in, specifically when Rachel was involved in accidents or received speeding tickets. Lisa stressed the significance of holding children responsible for their actions, even when they made mistakes. She believed that Joni failed to demonstrate accountability, both at home and in public. Instead of addressing inappropriate behavior, Joni would simply buy Rachel a nicer car to avoid dealing with the problem, which meant that Rachel did not learn any valuable lessons. Lisa pondered Rachel's inquiry, implying that it stemmed from their shared upbringing, in which issues were typically addressed by finding solutions rather than confronting them head-on. She also pointed out the hypocrisy within their family dynamics, highlighting the disparity in how Rachel was allowed to dress inappropriately while others faced consequences for the same behavior. Lisa raised concerns about the messages being conveyed to their children, particularly regarding the importance of taking ownership of their actions and being accountable. Finally, Lisa discussed how the family deals with employees facing personal problems such as extramarital affairs. She suggested that such employees would receive a warning and prayer rather than being fired immediately. The focus would be on seeking forgiveness, although repeated mistakes could result in severe repercussions. Lisa Anderson provided her viewpoint, stating that she was unaware of the relationship that was later revealed to the public. She believed that Marcus was deeply committed to Joni when the scandal came to light. Lisa recalled a sudden meeting where Marcus warned everyone that anyone considering suing Daystar should think again. He emphasized that the organization had a dedicated team ready to handle and defeat any legal challenges. Although the meeting was short, lasting only 10 minutes, Marcus's warning was crystal clear: do not dare to oppose Daystar. She recounted a situation where Sandra's mother encouraged Joni to remain committed to her husband despite the challenges they were facing, emphasizing the importance of family loyalty in the community. Lisa detailed the transformation at Daystar, noting a shift from a warm, communal atmosphere to a toxic environment where individuals faced intimidation for questioning authority. She found herself in a bind as those in charge held all the power, making it impossible to express any grievances. Matters escalated when Lisa stepped down and was succeeded by someone with no connections to other departments. She believed this new colleague was actively working to diminish her role, even taking steps to assume responsibilities she had managed for an extended period. Lisa felt a sense of peace after departing from Daystar. The weight of pretending to be someone she was not had lifted off her shoulders, and she experienced a tranquility she had not felt in a while. Initially drawn to the ministry for its Christian environment, her time there left her feeling disappointed and disillusioned. The discrepancies between her expectations of a Christian organization and the reality of Daystar's operations were stark. Lisa spoke about her religious beliefs, stating that she went to Daystar hoping to gain insights from the leaders, but ended up leaving with a deeper and more genuine faith. She came to understand that the leaders were not what they appeared to be. Lisa advised her children against seeking employment at Daystar in order to prevent them from facing the same disappointment she experienced. She also expressed sympathy for Jonathan, recognizing the emotional distress caused by the circumstances. Lisa held a strong opinion about the toxicity present at Daystar, stating that the root of corruption lies with the leadership and spreads throughout the entire company. She observed that employees who had been there for a while were no longer able to identify what a positive work environment should look like. However, she remained optimistic that honesty and fairness would ultimately prevail, with those accountable facing the repercussions of their actions. Ultimately, Lisa's journey was filled with disappointment, yet she also found opportunities for self-improvement and a reinvigorated dedication to genuine spirituality. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.